Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasunguro YouTube channel. Thank you for 150,000 subscribers. I'm really grateful and I'm honored this morning. If you're watching this, keep subscribing. Our target is 200,000. If we surpass 200,000 this year, then I will highly appreciate. So support me as I give you information. This is the only platform where we give you as it is. This is the only platform where we call a spade and never ever the big spoon. The home of timely updates and information. The brutal murder of this young man from Migori. He was arrested in Homa Bay, but his home is in Migori as per the available reports in the public domain. The brutal murder of this young man may revolutionize a number of systems in this country. Kenyans are not treating this matter lightly because it is something that affects all of us. Today, it is Ojwang. Tomorrow, it is you, or maybe your son or daughter. So it's important. Before it hits your family, or before it hits you, fight to protect it, fight to block it. The rising heat, calling people to the streets. The heat that is calling for justice to the old Mzee who has been left fatherless. Because the Mzee said, Ojwang is the only son and the only child in his family. This statement hits very hard. Now, the rising heat that is calling on for justice has sent shockwaves to the Kenya Kwanza government. And I want to tell you the truth. As things stand, kama kuna watu wameogopa as we speak is the government. The police fraternity is in panic because you never know the level at which this network was formed, and you never know who is going to be affected by the heat from Kenyans. Kenyans are calling on for justice, and State House is in panic. Why am I saying this? This issue of Ojwang, in fact, it has forced some people somewhere, I don't know if it's from government, from DCI, or from the office of the complainant, you know him. Kenyans have begun to complain on social media that they are receiving anonymous calls threatening them that we are coming for you. And this is what Cyprian Isinyakundi, the renowned blogger in this country, this is what he is writing, and I want to read for you here. He's saying, why are many people complaining that they are receiving anonymous calls and getting threatened? Have you received such a call? Many people have been sending me DMs about this. So, some Kenyans who are on the front line to push for justice, those of you who are on Facebook, those of you on YouTube like me, others on X, they say they are receiving anonymous calls from strange numbers threatening them that we are coming for you. So we have sunk this low as a country. But let me tell you, there is no amount of intimidation. There is no amount of anonymous calls. There is no amount of private calls that is going to stop a diarrhea whose time has come. Never. The only way you can stop a diarrhea is rushing to the toilet. If a diarrhea comes, it is either you rush to the toilet or you diarrhea yourself. So this idea of calling for justice and an end to extrajudicial killings and abductions, I feel in my heart that Ojwang is going to be the father of this revolution. From whatever I have seen, you can feel the heat. But I want to give an advice. I've always advised, and allow me to advise more. I want to tell the President of the Republic of Kenya. You remember, I advised you before the Genesis broke into Parliament. Those of you follow me, you can recall very well me telling William Ruto that, Mr. President, do the honorable thing, come in the public domain and revoke the finance bill before it's too late. That's what I said. Revoke the finance bill or resign. I gave him two options. He refused. What next? That is what happened. And today, I want to advise him accordingly. I know it's not a man to advise, because a person with over 20 advisors and yet he makes a mistake, then that leaves us with some question marks. Kenya can only cool down. Kenya can only cool down as of now if William Ruto bites the bullet by facing the gun and do the following. Number one, interdict the DIG, who is the complainant in this case. That is the only way we can have a fair and credible investigation. You cannot investigate someone who is in power. It is verified, it has been confirmed that the DIG was the complainant in this matter. So it becomes part and parcel of the investigations. Not even a part of parcel. It becomes someone to be investigated, because it's part of the issue, because he was the complainant. So William Ruto should do the honorable thing and interdict the DIG or suspend him pending investigations. Number two, the DCI officers who were sent from Nairobi all the way to Homa Bay should be interdicted. If William Ruto wants to cool down this country, I am a young man to advise him, and I doubt if he will get this video, but I know his people will get this video. It should with immediate effect, because those who were sent to Migori are well known by the DIG. They should be interdicted immediately without a second thought. Number three, the people who framed a false narrative that Ojwang killed himself by hitting his head on the cell's wall should be sent packing. Anyone who was involved in releasing the statements that were coming from the Inspector General Police, kwamba David Ojwang killed him, Albert Ojwang killed himself, those individuals, including the spokesperson who was releasing those letters, should be interdicted for propelling a false narrative to cover up this case. Number four, the IG, the Inspector General, Douglas Kanja, it's not exceptional. It's not unique. It's not innocent. Is a man who should also be suspended. Why? Because he individually oversaw the framing of false narratives claiming that Ojwang killed himself. He failed to investigate the statements because he himself is in the public domain reading a false letter, reading a false statement from the police that Ojwang killed himself. So the IG Douglas Kanja is a man who should also be sent home without a second thought. If the four things happen from the president, then we Kenyans, we are going to reconsider our next course of action. But until such happens, Kenyans, there is no resting. There is no resting. The government pathologist yesterday said there is a possibility that Ojwang was murdered. His neck, I don't know, buckled, there's a term he used, hit with blunt objects. Hata vile uso ilikuwa imefura. I saw that photo from City Mortuary. It was indeed sad and traumatizing. Very sad indeed. A young man dying in such a manner is something that should not happen again in this country. Tuliambiwa, fulani alirusha watu Livayala, fulani aliua watu. Lakini hao walikuwa wanasema by that time ni vile wako wamepata power. They now have the power and they are now drunk with that power. As I finish, if you're watching this, kindly make sure you click the subscribe button and remember to turn on your notification bell. People have been asking me, where is my son Ezra? Igo Ezra of Kenya Media. Ezra is my son politically. I have mentored him. I spoke to him yesterday and he told me he's fine. He has not been abducted. He is only feeling unwell. He has a problem with some back pains, but he is receiving treatment, and I know he will be back on air strong and sound. So wale mnasema yuko wapi, I want to confirm yuko, but he is only feeling unwell. God bless you. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.